everyone, and welcome to Thorough Newspaper Analysis, which is presented to you by LawSeco. So today we have only one article to be discussed. It is from the Indian Express, and the title for this article is The Meaning of Merit. So basically, this article talks about the reservation system in India and what are the available provisions in the Indian constitution and what are the bit of pros and cons that are attached to this reservation system. And next we have News and Flash, which we have for our prelims exam. So if in case you're also preparing for judicial services examination, you can definitely have a look at the Lord of the Courses, which is the judiciary test prep course from LawSeco. So the link to this course is available in the description box below, and you can also download free study material from the landing page itself. We're also excelling into various other courses like for CLAT, SEBI, All India Bar Exam, etc. You can have a look at them too. With this, let's see what is the multiple choice question for the day. Which article of the Indian Constitution provides for reservation system? Though it is in an indirect manner, but yes, it does. So your options are Article 12, Article 14, Article 15, or Article 19. Let's see what do we have as our descriptive question for the day. What are horizontal and vertical systems of reservation in India? Which provisions of the Indian Constitution provide for them? The answer to this question can be written down in a word limit of maximum 250 to 300 words. So basically, this article talks about the reservation and the merit that has been attached to the reservation system. Recently, the Supreme Court, in the case of Saurav Yadav versus State of UP, has held that candidates belonging to reserved category students are eligible for general or open seats too. Now, what we need to understand here is that many a times we have this controversy that, for example, let's take the example of any kind of government job. And there are some particular seats that have been allotted to some particular category of the people. Like, for example, some government jobs are, a few seats are for the general category people, some are for the SCs, STs, OBCs, and likewise. So what happens is that many a times there are a lot of vacancies prevalent because there is no person from the general category to fill in as the general category vacancy. Due to this, what happens is that the entire vacancy increases and no one, obviously because the general candidate was not applying for the job, and even if any other SC, ST or OBC candidate was applying for it, that person is not given that job because the vacancies were only available in the general category. So to address this issue, the Supreme Court in the case of Saurav Yadav has actually made it clear that the reserved category students, those who belong to the reserved category, those students are eligible for general or open seats as well. So this case is really important. If in case any question arises in our mains exam or our essay exam, we can definitely quote this case as well. So here is the judgment. So we'll discuss entirely as to what was the complete contention that was brought in this judgment. So complications that arise from trying to specify the relationship between vertical and horizontal reservations. For this purpose, we need to firstly understand as to what do we mean by vertical reservation and horizontal reservation. Now for this, you need to understand one thing. For example, these two pictures have been aligned vertically, which is one above the another or one beneath the another. So as in the setting up of a thing is one above the another. So it is actually like this in a perpendicular way. And when we talk about the horizontal reservation, so you can say, like, for example, all these words in this sentence, eligible for general or open seats too, have been aligned in a horizontal line, which means that all in all, they are at one level itself. But if we talk about these, they're definitely not at the same level. So this is the basic difference between vertical and horizontal reservations. For example, in the Indian system, we have the reservation in the general category, SC, ST, OBCs. So these are all the vertical reservations. So these belong to different levels of the society. These earlier also belong to different verticals or different levels of the society. And that is why they have been given different incentives by the government to be brought at equal level. But if we talk about the women in one particular, category, like for example, if we talk about the women belonging to the SC category. Now, if at all we try to give any kind of reservation to the women in this particular category, that would be a horizontal reservation. So mostly it is a reservation within a reservation. So this needs to be understood for the entire matter to be understood clearly. So High Court of Rajasthan, Bombay, Uttarakhand and Gujarat have adopted the same view as Saurabh Yadav case, but High Court of Allahabad and MP have taken a contrary view. So basically they said that affecting horizontal reservation, candidates can only be adjusted within their category, and they are not really allowing any other kind of system. But the other high courts of Rajasthan, Bombay, Uttarakhand and Gujarat have taken the same contention as the Supreme Court in the Saurabh Yadav case. So the three-judge bench upheld the first view taken in High Court of Rajasthan, Bombay, Uttarakhand and Gujarat, and it rejected the latter view. So all in all, the Supreme Court has upheld this very contention that that the reserved category students are eligible for general and open seats as well. Now here also you can go through this picture wherein it tells that horizontal reservations cut across the vertical reservations rightly. Then what is called interlocking reservation? So this also basically interlocks. So for example, it will be for women to all of these categories. So or any kind of physically disabled or handicapped people belonging to all of these categories. So there are a few other observations that are attached to the similar topic. The open category seats are not meant to be quota for non-reserved categories. The consequences of UP government's policy was in effect to declare the open category seats as quota for upper castes. So here are a few other observations that the open category seats are not meant to be the quota for non-reserved categories. Basically, there is a kind of fear that is attached to this, that in a way, open category seats would also, they would tend to become a quota for the non-reserved categories, and that is why it should be made open to others as well. So all in all, this observation also supports what Supreme Court has said in this particular case. Now let's understand about the merit and the reservation together. So in principle, reservation is an instrument for identifying merit in individuals from historically marginalized communities. And definitely, this is one thing that we should be paying the greatest attention to, that if at all a student is crossing the limit of merit, or he's actually scoring meritoriously, and the seats are only available in the general category and he belongs to some category other than the general category, so then obviously he should be given that particular seat. And just because it does not belong to that particular general category, he should not be denied that seat, since he is a meritorious student or has performed meritoriously. Then in the case of Anil Kumar Gupta versus State of UP, it was held that horizontal reservation ought to be generally understood in compartmentalized terms as a nod to recognition of inequalities within each category. So yes, again, it says that it is not only that it is only between the greater or larger groups of communities that the inequalities exist. Rather, within these communities as well, there are a lot of inequalities which need to be recognized. Like, for example, it is not we cannot be sure that the women for even in the general category are treated well. So that is why there is a high chance that women or physically handicapped people or physically disabled people are treated not that well even within that community. And that is why it is important that we recognize their inequalities and give them equal chance. And then in the case of BK Pavitra versus Union of India, it was held that inclusion must not be seen as the antithesis of efficiency and merit. In fact, inclusion and substantive substantive equality are the aims of the government, and for that we should be striving towards in the same direction. So let's see, what do we have for news in flash today? So it was Good Governance Day yesterday. It was 25th of December. It is celebrated as Good Governance Day every year to commemorate the birth anniversary of our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And as we know that a lot of initiatives and schemes are also recently named after his name. As we know that the very famous Atal Tunnel, which is the longest tunnel in at the highest altitude, that tunnel also is named after him. And recently, Atal Bhujal Yojana has also been named after our very former Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So it was done in year 2014. This should be also kept in mind. And there is also one important thing that we need to remember is the Good Governance Index 2019. So in the Good Governance Index, Tamil Nadu topped among the big states, and Himachal Pradesh was the topper among Northeast and Hill category, and Puducherry was the topper amongst the Union territories. So these names should be kept in mind. So that was all for the day. We hope it was a good and informative session for you all. If in case you want to download the PDF for today's slides, you can definitely join our Telegram group, which is called as Law Seekho Judiciary Prep Support Group Inner Circle. The link to which is available in the description box below. Thank you so much.